Yo there. I'll wait for some of y'all to join up. A little tired this morning, but I had to get this segment out of the way. I know I'm supposed to be here in an hour, but I'm early. So usually I'm late. You know what I mean? Give me some credit. Let me put this on the right little situation and we good to go. Put the money on and add some shit in here while y'all doing that. Alpha Mason, what's up, my bro? How you? I'm loading some Baltimore footage up, and then we should be good to go. So what's good? I mean, everything good right now, man. I ain't complaining about nothing. I ain't turning down nothing either. I'm feeling good. Let me make this big. Boom. Pause. All right, here we go. Young man, what's good? Noah. Yeah, I'm early, Noah. You know what I mean? I know you had me on military time, but I'm early, man. I had some stuff to do today. One of my actually two. My folks, young man that's on here, his birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, man. We supposed to be linking up tonight, do some cigar shit, do something fun. And then my cousin Will, his birthday's today. So it's a lot going on later, and I didn't want to skimp on or skip this video. So I said, let me just jump on early before my day gets started, and it goes crazy. What's good? Rand Althor, what's good? I remember you, man. Melvin, he said, Koya, how you been, my guy? Or how you be, my guy? I'm good. Loving Aries, what's up? J Money, what up? Yeah, hit the like button when y'all come in and listen to Alpha Mason. He always know what he's talking about. Plus, he's a Mason, so you already know, man. But yeah, tired as all hell because I was partying yesterday for the first time in a long time. So, bear with me. Bear with me. But we got the Ravens this week. We got the Ravens this week, number one. Number two, I definitely got my bet slip ready. So make sure you guys head out to Bet US Sportsbook because they definitely been taking care of me, and I'm putting this betting segment together for them, and it's coming together the way it should, meaning slowly. That's the AKOYE way. You know what I mean? That's the way I am, man. So motive be. But no, seriously, definitely head out there. Use YouTube 150 as the code word, and they'll bless you with some funds when you first start up, man. So definitely use them and look out for them the way they've been looking out for me. Shout out to Bet US Sportsbook, your only US, well, not the only, but my only US bet sporting source. All right, our sports betting source. I'm dyslexic, excuse me. All right, so we got a couple of y'all in here. I'm just hit play on the screen. I'm not really going for a play-by-play from the Ravens, but it's good to have it back here while I'm talking. You know what I mean? I'll go back and forth. But the main thing we gonna talk about, number one, you already know I'm a Cowboy fan, so we're gonna talk about what happened to the Cowboys last week. But it's not gonna get no easier when you look at the fronts that the Ravens start out in. I don't think they have a home run hitter when it comes to the run game, but they definitely gonna bring a physical, in-your-face approach to running the football. So all of the 12, 13 personnel, 21 personnel type of looks they're going to give you are going to be designed to just smack you in the mouth, as you can see. Like the Ravens dealt with it okay. And I think that's because, like I said before, you really want more Henry touching the ball when it comes to the run game than Lamar, because Lamar has the speed to gas you. He's going to get you. You know what I mean? Whereas Henry is just going to hit you in the mouth. And he might break it along with here and there. I'm not going to say Henry can't run. He can't hit the big shot, you know what I mean, anymore. But you definitely rather deal with him than Lamar out on the edges. So I think that's the approach that the Cowboys will take as well. They'll look to contain Lamar as you saw the Cowboys contain Watson, and then Henry. Henry may be the redheaded stepchild in this game. But it's a +1 Ravens game, so it's a push game. Go either way. I'm taking the Cowboys in a close game due to the fact that I really do feel that the Ravens are a one-dimensional offense, just like I feel the Saints are, to be honest with you. I think the Saints can throw the ball a little bit better due to Derek Carr being a guy that can stand in the pocket and deliver some throws if he has to. but they want to run the ball and run it consistently to make it so that they don't have to do that. And I think the Ravens are the same way. Lamar has a great deep ball, so they're a play action, powerhouse, power run team, right? If you can manage to stop them on the ground and get up on points, you create a game where they really can't play it as well. And I mean, Lamar Jackson throwing the ball 40, 50 times a game is really what you want. And I think that would be my reason for saying that I would give the Cowboys the edge, because I think the Cowboys can play from behind, but also can play with a lead as well, although they play a lot better with one. Um, I look at the woes for the last couple of weeks offensively as lack of preseason. You know what I mean? I think that's for all teams, but Cowboys especially lack of preseason, and they need to make some decisions in regards to their identity, because there's some things going on in the organization when it comes to the way they're deciding to line up and play that I don't think suit their skill sets. You know what I mean? And the reason I say that is when you watch the Saints fire off the ball the way they did last week, and it was embarrassing, because I know we have just as much, if not more, talent up front as far as our offensive line is concerned than they do. And we weren't doing the same on our end of the ball. I think that we are still kind of teetering between trying to be a passing team, West Coast offense, and a smash mouth team when we're built to be a smack you in the mouth, smash mouth team. We just don't have that mentality, whether it's from the coaches or the players' perspective. I don't know. But I think you'll see a step forward in the identity aspect this week, due to the fact that everybody's job is on the line. You know what I mean? McCarthy, Zimmer, all these guys are on 1-year deals. They have to do something. They have to do something fast. As you can see, when the Ravens are dropping back, just to cut to the film real quick, when they're dropping back and they have to just be a third and long or play from behind, straight pass blocking team, I'm not going to say there's no way they're beating you this way, but you're making it a lot more difficult, because they're a lot better run blocking team than they are pass protection. You know what I'm saying? They don't really have the same oomph when they're not firing off the ball at you. And I think that's the same thing with us, to be honest with you. For the last couple of years, we've been a pass blocking, first step backwards offensive line, running draw plays and inside zones and outside zones, that cute shit, right? That's what I call it. I think that when the Ravens are at their best is when they pin their ears back, get under center, and fire off at you. And I think honestly, the Cowboys are the same, are the same. But again, getting into that, I think that the Ravens defense will be a difference maker as well. Roquan Smith ain't no joke, man. They stout up front, good secondary. You know what I mean? Hamilton, I'm not sure if he's healthy, but if he is, it's definitely going to be a game to remember defensively for the Ravens as well. Dak's going to have his work set out for him, or cut out for him, heading in there against the Ravens, because their defense is killer. You know what I mean? But when you look on film, like I said, I look at the Ravens as a team that can be beat if you can get up early, or can be beat if you can stop them on the ground. And when I look at the history of a Mike Zimmer, a guy who, after the what pickle bowl, I think they called it, a pickle juice game. After that game, he said, "Hey, never happened again." He wanted to change the fact that they got ran through so easily, and he said it never happened to him again. Right? I think we'll probably see a difference in regards to the way these players play for Zimmer after a game like that, because they're embarrassed, but more importantly, Zimmer is embarrassed. And an embarrassed Zim, I think, is a good Zim, a better Zim. So, and I hope it is, because if it isn't, if we come out and lay a dud the way we did last week, then I would think that's when the fans can start to worry about what the Cowboys are going to be this year, because if you can't be a lot of things, right? You could be a lot of things is what I mean, but you can't be, or you can't lack physicality. You can't, not in this game, not if you want to be good. I haven't seen a good team, maybe the greatest show on turf, maybe they're the only ones I can think of, where they would be what you would call a finesse team that wins a Super Bowl. Most teams that win it have toughness on one side or both sides of the ball. You can't do it any other way. Hold on, let me see what you guys are saying. He said, "I agree. We are a smash mouth team, and that would be, I mean, that would even get better if we activate Flournoy or Dalvin." Oh, 100%. I think Dalvin Cook needs to play within the next 2 weeks or so. Same thing for Florida. When I watched what Jalen Brooks did out there, wow, Max Crosby in there killing, man. Let's watch that again. Hold on a second. When I watched here's another angle. Max Crosby to the left now. Let me see. Did anybody block? Oh, nobody blocked them. They're fucking crazy. Anyway, uh, um, what was I saying? Oh, when you look at what Jalen Brooks did out there, like what he wasn't doing. Hold on, I'm gonna cut back from the film real quick just to talk. Hold on, boom. Let me get that out of here. Pause it. But when you watch what Jalen Brooks did out there in the blocking game, when I watched that reverse versus with Cooks when Cooks was running that reverse, that was a not even a business decision because there wasn't anybody like coming for him trying to hurt him. He just really didn't try at all. Don't like that. If you're a young receiver and you want to get reps, you have to do the dirty work. I saw Tolbert doing a lot of the dirty work last season, right? He would be, running routes, distraction routes, knowing he's the decoy guy. You know what I mean? And I heard Shoddy speak on that because the difference in this offense versus most offenses is they want guys running full speed, right? In other offenses. So what they do to make sure you're running full speed through your route, even if you are the decoy, they don't tell you usually that you're the decoy guy. So you're running routes and you're running routes thinking like the ball's coming your way. And it may if something goes wrong or a scramble drill, something like that. But the quarterback knows and the offensive coordinator usually knows, hey, this ball ain't going your way. You know what I mean? Shoddy's offense is a little different where he'll tell you you're the decoy guy, and we need you to be the best decoy you can be. In order to be a young receiver that wants time in this offense, you have to be willing to play that role when it's called. And, whether that be blocking, whether that be running a rub route, whether it be just running your route so fast that you draw the safety, whatever it is, you got to do it. And you can't just expect the ball because you're not the number one option. You're not going to get the ball. So Jalen Brooks whiffing on that block, falling on that dig route when you actually got the opportunity. And I hate to see it because, we saw guys like Schultz do the same thing when he first got some tick. I think he fumbled a couple of times. He had like 4 drops or something like that. But yeah, it's going to happen. But when you have a guy like Flournoy sitting behind you, it don't look good. So Flournoy getting his time or getting some tick should happen due to the fact that, at this point, you can't get any worse than the debut of Jalen Brooks. I mean, you could, but I think it was bad enough. You know what I mean? That dig route interception, bad. That block that he put on film, bad. It showed a lack of effort and some boneheaded plays. But he made some plays too. Won't lie. I made a few catches that were okay. But I think Flournoy will be in that rotation due to the fact that Brooks didn't go and steal it. You have to steal your position, like Victor Cruz did in the preseason game against the Jets that year when he first came out. It was like, who is number 3? Who the fuck is that? Snatching everything. You know what I mean? Like you have to own it and own your moment like that in order for it to be, hey, you close the door behind you. Brooks did not close the door behind him. So Flournoy, if he knows the plays and knows the scheme well enough and they trust him enough, should be getting in that rotation. So I got sinus congestion too, all crazy. You know what I mean? But whatever. Outside of that, we talked about Cooks, right? Getting some tick. And Cooks, I think it's just a foregone conclusion that he's going to be, in that rotation with Zeke. It's just a matter of when they think he's ready, scheme wise. When does he know the plays? When do they trust that he can do what it takes to get in there? I think he's almost ready though, and if not, it'll be probably like another week or so. But yeah, I'm interested to see what Dalvin Cook does with Zeke Elliott in the backfield with him. That'll be crazy to have both of those guys because Cook, I think, still he's like a Corey Dillon at the end of his career when he went to New England, in my opinion. He has 2-3 years of good tread left, and I think he's gonna be fine. He looks like he's still like last year. He looked like he could still cut on a dime. He just wasn't getting that type of attention from the offense. They weren't giving him the ball enough anywhere in New York or Baltimore. But I think if given the opportunity, Cooks can still give you some quality years and seasons, and I think Zeke can too. So to have both of them spelling each other with a Deuce and a Rico in that rotation, and a Hunter Lipke and Freeman, if Freeman actually stays on the team, I like our backfield with Cooks there. I wouldn't say it's an A grade backfield, but it's a strong ass B with Cooks there. And I think it's a strong C plus with just Zeke. You know what I mean? Because Zeke's not a home run hitter at this point in the game, but we saw in the last two games he still smashed mouth, and that's really what I wanted him back for in the first place. You can't ignore a 12 touchdown last time he was here guy. You know what I mean? 12 touchdowns make a difference, and it would have made a difference last season. At least two games I can think of where we struggled in the red zone, where we would have won those games had Zeke been here, or at least had a better opportunity. You know what I mean? So I agree with that statement you made, talking about Cooks needing time and the rest of those guys, Flournoy as well. Okay, Okoye. The problem is Mike will wait too long to make changes, and before you know it, it will be too late. Make changes now. Um, I mean, I don't know what you're referencing when you say wait too long, but I would agree that certain things happen for longer than I can see it making sense. Like last year, not playing with a linebacker, having Rashawn Evans on the team and not using them, and then cutting them. These things were very crazy to me because Rashawn could play and was our best linebacker, and we wouldn't even put him on the field when we were struggling at linebacker. That was ridiculousness to me. So that if that's what you mean by waiting, I would agree. Certain things schematically when it comes to the offense, like not running the ball, I would agree. So yeah, there's things that take place where I say, hey, Mike McCarthy probably does need to step it up, get his game together. But that's not always gonna happen because they ain't fucking listening. What's up, Cowboys fan talk? He said, "Bro, you think we are a throw it to open up running team? I don't throw to open up the run team, then salt the game away with the run. That's the type of game. That's the type of team we are. Identity wise, I think the Cowboys are, yeah, because when you talk about Texas coast, right? Well, what is that? That's a West Coast offense. The West Coast offense is predicated on short throws, throwing the ball to open up running lanes, not really leaning on a power run game solely to move the ball. Like in short situations, like we did this last week, and it blows me up when we do it. And this is how you can kind of tell the answer to your question. We were at 3rd and 4 in the red zone. They know they're going for it on fourth. What did they do on 3rd and 4? They threw the ball. That's a throw it to open up run lanes team. Whereas a team that's a running team, they run it on 3rd and 4 because even if you get only 2 yards, even if they say, "Oh, Zeke is 2 yards in a puff of smoke," you get 2 or 3 yards. Now it's 4th and short, so you got an option to run or throw on 4th down. When you throw it on third, you're forced to throw it again on fourth because you didn't get anywhere. You didn't gain any ground. So we do that all the time. And for that to be your staple, that means you think throw first. You have to, because if you're a running team that thinks that way, you're going to think the way I just said. You're going to smash the ball out for 3 yards, hopefully get a first down, 4 yards, hopefully get that first down, and then now you can play action crazy on 1st and 10 and do what you want because you got it, or you could play action crazy on 4th down, make it easy on your quarterback because they actually believe you're running the ball maybe because it's really 4th and short. Now you can throw it and surprise somebody. We don't do that. So to answer your question, Rome, shout out to you, man, to have fun when we was down there in Texas last December. But yeah, to answer your question, I think that's what we are. I think that's our identity, but it's the wrong one. You know what I mean? Like they say depression is when your body start feeling the lies that you keep telling it to live. I think our team is that way. We have a team that's built a certain way, and we keep playing to the imagination of our coordinators. You know what I mean? We have a smash mouth team. We have maulers up front who want to fire off, hit you in the mouth. Even if they weren't that, you will want to develop them into that because that is where I think we would be at our best. When you have the backfield that we have, a bunch of guys that can like lower their head and kind of bring pressure to a defense, even on a 1 yard run. I saw Zeke in that first game, a corner tackled him from the Browns on the sideline, hurt. Someone else tried to hit him, hurt. I think he did that like 3 times in that game. People came up limp trying to tackle Zeke, and it wasn't no long runs. So I'm like, when I say that those are body shots to a defense, They are, because now when you target that replacement corner that's coming in, green, or that young guy that's coming in to replace the vet that just went down or that needed a breather, those are the moments for big plays. When that defensive, ask us, when Mazi got out the game and we put, and Mazi and Osa got out the game and we put Jordan Phillips and Linval Joseph in the game, what happened? They got moved like a Georgia peach. It got bent over. So at the end of the day, it makes a difference in your defense when certain guys have to spell due to the fact that you're hurting them, right? So I think that is our identity, or should be, and that's what we ignore as a unit, is the level of veracity that each one of those guys can bring if you let them fire off the ball and do their thing. Law. Is that Law? Yeah, that's Law Nation. There you go. You know I'm blind. I ain't break my glasses. He said so many people just don't understand that about Zeke. Man, that's a fact. He'll punch you in the mouth and that's it. You know what I mean? Once you feel it, you feel it. I gotta hit you up too, Law, about that fight. I never got back to you about coming out last weekend, man. But that obviously couldn't make it. But I want to know how it went, so I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Let me see what else we got going on. I think everybody else just talking to each other. He said what's good with these fans blaming Dak for the loss against. I mean, I don't get it. Um, I mean, when you hear the media start to bring up a person's paycheck on a regular basis, you know what I mean? You hear the owner talking about certain things. I think it's just popular to look at a guy and say, "Hey, once everybody else says something that seems to be trending, that avalanche has begun. You know what I mean? The earthquake has started, so to speak. It's easy to jump on the bandwagon and use those as readily available excuses when something doesn't go right. But when you look at that game, even when you say Aubrey's kicking his way to victory. I remember when Peyton Manning used to have, what's this dude name? Vandercheck? Was it Vandercheck? What was his name? You know what I'm talking about. But he wouldn't miss anything. You know what I mean? He wouldn't miss anything, right? But I remember Peyton Manning winning games by driving down and just getting in field goal range within 40 seconds and winning the game. And I'd say, hey, Peyton Manning won the game. Yeah, the game-winning drive, yeah, by Peyton Manning, right? Dak Prescott leads you to a field goal drive. Is somehow, Aubrey just kicked it from the kickoff. Now, when he does that, then I say it's Aubrey. When Dak goes 3-and-out and we're on the 30, and Aubrey kicks a field goal from there and went and hits an 80-yarder, 70-yarder, 60-yarders because we can't get anywhere across the 50. Okay, then we could say some shit like that. But we don't have that type of situation. You'll see Dak get down into the red zone and see, hey, what I saw was still not blocked twice, right? And Dak get sacked twice in the red zone. Now you may have said, hey, the play calls were ass. And I saw Jalen Brooks not block once on a reverse. And those resulted in what they resulted in. But I don't blame Dak for those moments. I would say, obviously, we all want Dak to finish. We all want Dak to be able to compete. And I think a lot of it comes from frustration where you got fans who want Dak to be the guy because they're getting ridiculed, right? So when you're getting picked on, let's say I don't know if any of y'all ever got picked on, but let's say you get picked on because of your parent, maybe your parent, your mom came outside, she got pants all the way up, to above her waist, and your dad wearing overalls and they look corny. You kind of want them to you want them to be the guys or the parents that make you look good. You know what I mean? Because you're getting ridiculed because of them. You love them, but you're like, man, yeah, you can't come. I can't go outside with you looking like that. You know what I mean? I think some of it's that with that. Like they're rooting for him because they're getting ridiculed for being Cowboy fans wherever they are. And when Dak doesn't, become Superman and win those games, they blame him even more because they want him to shut people up, and he's just not able to do it on command. That's just not happening every time, right? So I think that's a lot of the reason he gets some of the hate he gets too. But I don't try to understand fully. I don't spend too much time trying to understand the mind of crazy people, man, because I feel like they kind of nuts when they talk about his pay. Zeke needs to start and be fed 20 to 25 pounds a game so he can be Zeke. Rico starting last week was a bad idea. Uh, I mean, I don't think there's a starting running back on this team. I think they go by formation, by package, or drive by drive. So they flip flop. flop back and forth. I don't think it's a thing with Zeke starting versus not starting. I think Zeke needs his carries. But I think Rico is one of those runners too, where he brings some physicality to the game. Would I have started Rico over Zeke? Um, I mean, probably not. I'll probably want to set the tone, so I agree with you there. But I don't think we have a starting running back on this team at this point. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but and 20 to 25 times it never happened. He's a 10 to 15 run back unless I don't even know a scenario that would make that happen because they want to run by committee and you kind of want that too. When you look at Zeke's last couple years when he was healthy for the first half of the season, he was healthy for the first half of the season, but he was running too much, right? And then he got injured because of the amount of carries, right? And the type of hits that he takes and we take for granted. Like Zeke will, just like he's hurting you, people are hurting him too. He feels it, you know what I mean? So eventually, even Superman breaks down, you know what I mean? So I don't want Zeke taking the ball 25 times a game in the first 5 games of the season, leading the league in rushing, and then falling off a cliff because he banged his knee up in the second half of the season again. I don't want that. So we want Zeke 10, 15 carries. Doesn't matter if he's taking over. He doesn't need the fantasy stats. We need him in the playoffs where it counts. So I hear you, but I don't agree with you fully. You know what I mean? But I understand where you're at. Chef Mac, he says, Koye, it's a dude up here that made a video literally with 3 passes coming at all Cowboys content creators saying y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Dude is bogus. Um, yeah, I don't even listen or read or watch half the bullshit people be talking out there no more, man. Because what I've learned is when you're in a space where there's no degree. Who got the first degree? Somebody had to have the first degree. Matter of fact, the person who started giving out degrees didn't have a degree. You know what I'm saying? He just had the knowledge. You feel what I'm saying? But it's so many people out here that feel like if you don't have a degree or some sort of pedigree or some sort of credibility from some governing body that had to get that from some other governing body, that you don't know what you're saying, you don't know what you're talking about. And I used to listen to that because I'm like, oh, like when I first got my computer to do the first Des video, the dude was like, "What you fixing your computer for?" I was like, "I'm about to do a quick little video just to show my daughters how to like make money on YouTube or create a YouTube channel, whatever." He said, "Yeah, you're kind of late for that. Yeah, you're kind of late. I don't think it'll catch." I said, oh, "Okay." If I'd have listened to that, you wouldn't even know me. You know what I mean? Because my first video went viral. I went back to the Apple store like, come on, man. So most people who say you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, are they even qualified to talk? You know what I mean? And if I felt the heat, like if it was a viral video or he was really going in, then you already know my roast is something different. I probably would have made him famous roasting his ass, to be honest with you. But I ain't had time to really pay attention to that. But I appreciate you, taking up for us or looking out for us or whatever. We don't give a fuck though. I could tell you Law don't care. I could tell you Rome don't give a goddamn. You know what I mean? I know Vosh don't care. I know Sky don't care. Everybody I know in this lane who does what they do, especially me. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna give myself some credit for that. Cause it's not like it's not a bad thing. It's not like I'm not trying to monetize. I care about making money off this channel, but I don't make enough off this channel to care about what somebody else thinking. I do it because I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I know, my counterparts, they are being more successful in this lane than even me. You know what I mean? And I say that with all the utmost respect because I'm just letting you know if I'm speaking, it ain't to waste my time. It's because I feel like saying it and I feel what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's not because of anything else, right? And I feel like the guys around me as well, like when they grow up in this game, like Law be dropping jewels on how to do everything behind the scenes. You know what I mean? He ain't worried about one person saying like you don't know what the fuck you talking about on that play, or you said this word wrong. He don't give a fuck. I don't, because people who are doing it, they ain't got time. They just doing it. You know what I mean? Just do what you do. Live the life you living. You know what I mean? You don't got time to hate. That's the way I think, man. That's the way I think. So when I speak, I'm speaking because I feel like it. You know what I mean? Ain't no motive. I'm just this is what I really feel. So that's why I go crazy on my topics. If I say something, I double down, triple down, because I only got up here to double down and triple down. on it because that's truly what I believe in that moment. Now I can be wrong. Yeah, that's cool. I ain't God. I could be wrong, but I don't care if I am. That's the difference. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit. I could be wrong and be like, you got me. You know what I'm saying? I was wrong. Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling that way about a couple players, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. Like I was wrong about Clark. I thought Clark was Law. You was wrong about Clark too. You told me Clark was gonna do something. So let's see, man. But I thought Clark was gonna be that guy. But let me blow my nose, man, because I know I'm sitting here looking crazy. But I thought Clark was gonna be that guy last year, Law. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he developed into you know, I don't think he developed into what we was thinking, man. So like I said, we've been wrong sometimes, man. It is what it is. Koye, many emotional and according to hold up. He said many are emotional and according to degrees. Truth is truth, facts is facts, right is right, no matter from those degrees or not. Yeah. That's what I mean. You get my meaning. You get my meaning. You get my meaning. He said, I definitely owe you that stoke for that. Yeah, you owe me for that one. Clark ain't it, bro. I like him though, but I know what it is, man. It's like you trying to root for the guys. You know what I mean? They give you a passionate speech when they on the show. You know what I mean? They like, hey, Law, this is what I'm about to do because they look up to you. You know what I'm saying? We need you, Remy. We need you to be a lawyer, a doctor, Remy. You know what I'm saying? You give them motivation and give them that love, and then they want to make sure they shine in your eyes. But yeah, just Clark don't want no smoke, man. He don't want to lay the boom. That is what it is. He not gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it. But let me move on a little bit more. Let me look at some more Ravens film while I do this. I'm gonna try to look. I'm gonna pull up the spreads that I picked. I only picked 4 games this week, but I'm gonna share my picks with y'all as we do that. But let me press play real quick. Y'all know what it is. Yeah. Look at that. Wow, look at this. Man, when you watch what the Raiders were doing though against the Ravens, the way they played their fronts, like, listen, if you get beat by Lamar in the air, take that loss. You know what I'm saying? But you do not let them do what they want to do on the ground. I think that was the assignment. And as you can see, they're flying around making sure Henry can't get his shoulders north to south. That's what's going to be the game plan with us this week. That's what needs to be the game plan. And I think the missing piece. Can I show y'all the missing piece? I'm gonna show y'all the missing piece, man. Let me see if I got that footage in here. The missing piece is this one right here, man. Law, why y'all on here, man? Law and Rome, man. Hold on a second. What he say? Uh, he says it's rough when they say I see you and they say they watch all of your shows. Facts. You can't. They be like, I watch all your shows. Law be like, hey man, yeah, you ass, man. Your game is that. You can't say it. That's a tough cookie. That's a tough pill to swallow, man. So I understand, but yeah, he ain't get it. But no, let me see if I got this footage for you real quick, because this is what I'm talking about. I need to see right here, man. Let me see if it's here. Boom. Yeah, watch some of that. This is what I want to see, Law. I say this every time. I don't mind if people get tired of seeing this footage, but this is the missing piece, man. Micah Parsons off ball again, playing like we see here, moving him off ball or into the A gap is going to be a difference against any running team because of the way he tracks the ball and the fact that he's not our best run defender from the edge because you're not using his skills, but he's our best run defender, even better than D Law off ball. Meaning, if you put him off ball and you got D Law on the field anywhere else, it's gonna be a whole problem, man. It's gonna be a whole problem. So I understand, everybody saying that he needs to stay on the edge, but this is what we need to see in this Ravens game in order to dominate this Ravens game because you got a guy in Micah who can run toe for toe, step for step with Lamar, but also is physical enough to do shit like this, you know what I mean, off ball, and then take Henry and dump him on his fucking head. So this is what I want to see this week. Will we see it? I don't know. I've been waiting for 2 years, man. I've been waiting for 4 years now. I mean, but 2 years without been screaming it. But if we do this with Micah Parsons this week and this season, I think that not only will he become a little more dangerous, but I think we will as a defense as well. So it'll be a little crazy. I think he's gonna listen to that though, because when they asked him about Overshawn's ability to spy, he did bring up Micah Parsons' ability to run toe for toe with Lamar. So hopefully that's some writings on the wall. Rome says, I've been saying Micah off ball this week and spying Lamar. People calling me crazy all week. See what I'm saying? You got some sense. But in order to be right, you got to be willing to be called crazy. So you already know, Ro. I know you know because you be having some classic arguments on Twitter too. I'll be having to call Ro like Ro, don't respond to nothing he's saying. Like that's a Philly thing, man. Don't respond to shit boy saying because he swear he know what he talking about, but he getting you caught in this game. Rome be ready to go and punch a hole in somebody's head. And shit. I'm like, yo, you gotta relax, guy. Rome a big motherfucker too, man. He's a big motherfucker. He'll put you in the trash can. Yeah, he's a big dude. Cowboy fan talk. Kendricks, Michael Overshawn. We can live with getting Carl Lawson up to speed type shit. Yeah, I haven't seen Lawson yet either. That's the thing too. I forgot about that. But yeah, I agree with you. You know, definitely those three at off ball at linebacker. I went Overshawn spying instead of Micah. I want Overshawn spying instead of Micah. I said what I said. Okay. Okay, you won, I guess. You think you did. But I mean, Overshawn, there's a reason he wasn't on the field last week, and I think it's due to one, his knee, two, he's not doing something that Zimmer's asking him to do. I think Clark has been a guy since the beginning that will go and follow you even if you're saying something wrong, because he started doing what LVE wanted him to do and what McCurley was telling him to do before, right? And didn't look good doing it, but do it anyway. So I think Clark is a guy that passes the tests when it comes to between the ears. Like, do you know what's going on? Do you know the play? Yeah, he knows. That's why he's out there. That's why LVE was out there for so long. Do you know what's going on? Yeah, he knows. But can you execute at the highest level? Probably not. Like, there's guys that will run like their hair's on fire in the wrong direction, right? But make a lot of noise doing it. And when they do guess correctly, they make a lot of noise that way, right? And so they might give up 4 plays and make 3, might give up 2 plays and make 8 on a good day. You know what I'm saying? If they're guessing correctly that day, I think Overshawn is one of those guys where he plays like his hair is on fire, but sometimes he may do it in the wrong direction in practice, and that's only going to hurt you when you're a guy like you got a coach like Zimmer that's saying, I need to be able to trust that you know what's going on. There's no way you watch the game that Overshawn had, the first game, and you look at the way Zimmer talked about him in the press conference, then you say he's not going to play in the second game. It's more than just packages. It's like, hey, do you know what's going on? And that's on Overshawn. His learning curve is totally up to him. You know what I mean? But I think that's truly why he wasn't out there. I don't think it was just, because again, this isn't Madden. You don't got the controller. You know what I mean? So it's not like, hey, he got a certain overall, and if I put him in, the AI going to take over, and he just knows where to be because nah, they don't. He got to know what's going on out there. He can't just be the best or the better athlete. He has to know what's going on. I think that's part of the problem. I do. Although Kendricks didn't look like he knew what the fuck was going on half the time, but he's Kendricks. AKOYE, I think they want to move Micah, but they don't trust anyone else to set the edge for real. D-Law can set the edge, but they don't trust anyone else to do it consistently. Dan, the man, I think that you are wrong. I like you, but you're wrong. Reason I say that is you can't tell me that Micah Parsons set an edge better than Osa. He can't set an edge better than Chauncey. He can't set an edge better than Nealon. No, not consistently. He can't set the edge better than those guys consistently. And even if he could, I would rather get one of them up to speed to setting the edge and let him do what he does best. That's like saying we put Ray Lewis at the edge because Peter Bullware can't set the edge better than Ray Lewis consistently. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Put put your best run defender where he needs to be to chase and tackle the ball. Because even when you do it wrong and you make a mistake or you miss your assignment as a nose tackle, Micah can deal with what gets to the second level in front of him. He showed that in the Miami game last year, and the Washington game. They were blocking him. He was splitting double teams at the second level and still beating everybody else to the football. If you got that at the second level, fuck the edge. Put somebody else over there. And even if they don't set the edge well, Guess what? That's why Micah is off ball. Let him go erase that. So either way, you're wrong, bro. I like your point though, but still don't agree. Overshawn is more straight line speed. Micah is better change of direction. That's my point. Uh, yeah, I would agree. I think anytime your knees messed up, you better not be changing directions too crazy. If you're Overshawn, you better run straight line. Yeah, I'm a little nervous because Lamar can run, but I think we can win the right defensive game plan. Yeah, I mean, of course, I don't think we, I don't think we're going into a game where we just can't win. Does moving Micah off ball help that much when your D tackles are getting single blocked and still getting pushed 5 yards back? I just answered that. Yeah, because he can deal with like what you want ideally is a linebacker who can shed some blocks, right? Yeah, we got guys who can do that. Kendricks can do that. Overshawn can do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, he could do it. Even Marist can do that pretty good, right? But none of them can destroy blocks. Like Micah, you can block him on the second level. Like if you can't block him when you know he's coming, meaning you know he's pass rushing off the edge and you still can't block that guy. You know where he's going. You damn sure ain't blocking him when you're coming. You're trying to find him as a lineman. You're trying to get to the second level and find him. Micah plays linebacker or off ball like a running back. Let's I don't have to say nothing, bro. I'm gonna just shut up for just a second. Let's just watch some plays. Okay. Let's just watch how he gets through the mess. Like, just watch some plays. Just watch. That was a reverse. Okay, let's watch the edge. Let's not watch Micah. Let's watch the edge on this reverse. Okay, you see number 38 here? Let's back up a little bit. Okay, let me get you 33, 34. You see 34 right here on the edge? He's cooked. This reverse is winning. He's cooked. It's over. It's over if Micah didn't fire up the field the way he did. It's over. That's cooked. That was perfectly set up. Micah erased that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So I never break these plays down. I just watch them. But when you look at it from that angle, now watch Micah here. Okay, let's watch. Okay. Is this set up properly? This run is set up nice, right? They even have blockers looking inside, waiting for Micah to get there to kind of impede his progress. Okay. Now, this is a lane here. If Micah does not accelerate through this gap the way he does, do you see the lane to the right? Can you see it? I can. Can you see if he can get his shoulders north to south because Micah's somewhere loafing over here in the middle of the field or somewhere on the edge on the opposite side of the ball? Do you see how he could turn his shoulders upfield and make this something? I do. You see that? I do. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about Micah being faster than everybody else on the field in college and being a man amongst boys. We know that already. I'm talking about what is everyone else not doing? Like they're not look, boom. All right. Your defensive tackles, their defensive tackle is pushed all the way to the right now, right? All right. You got a guard pulling around to the edge. And once he gets out to this outside, and you got a lineman or a fullback. I don't know if it's a tight end lineman or a fullback right in front of the back, right? Lead blocking. Look at that. So you got 2-on-1 on the outside. Micah being patient on the inside. Look at this. Boom. Look at this. Boom. All right. He plays linebacker like a running back. He finds the right gap and then accelerates. And he's patient when he needs to be. Out here, you got a blocker that snuck out specifically to block Micah, right? The rest of the line is taken care of. The rest of the defensive line has done nothing, can do nothing. And to be honest with you, they schemed this up perfectly for Micah. To block Micah because all you got to do is get a little piece of him, and the ball carrier is gone. Look at that. That was schemed perfectly. They said Micah's out of here. That's it. All you got to do is get a piece of him. Piece. Destroys that tight end and makes the play. You get what I'm saying? So I get your point with defensive tackles not playing well or other players not playing well, but that makes my point because when you need an eraser close to the line of scrimmage, that's what Micah is for you. Okay? That's what he is for you. He's an eraser close to the line of scrimmage. So I hear you, but no, still, him being off ball still helps us in that regard. Boom. Look at this shit. All right, when you look at the rest of these guys here, yeah, they did their job to kind of funnel it to Micah Parsons, but he cleaned that up something nice. Here, he's actually getting blocked. Okay. So here he's getting blocked. There's no linebacker in the league that I know that can deal with a guy like actually reaching him and get rid of him and still stop you for no gain like that, like with his hands, not like I use my legs or athleticism or you didn't get a good piece of me. But no, you got a good piece and you just still can't fuck with me. Right there, he just ran through the whole offensive line. And so it's like, the way that Micah plays the game needs to be on full display. I'm not just a fan talking crazy because I wish it went this way or none of that. It's just that's really the way he's slated to play. So I hope that answers your question. All right. Let me see what else we got going on in here. No more questions. No more questions, folks. Yeah, I don't see no more questions. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Let me see what he said. I think Overshawn got a better chance of catching Lamar with a head of steam as opposed to Micah. We'll see how it goes, though. You sound crazy, bro. How Overshawn got a better chance? They both fast as hell. Now, who's faster? I don't know. But if Micah's off ball the entire game and running around, matter of fact, how about this? I would rather have Micah, Overshawn, and Kendricks out there on the field, to be honest with you, at linebacker, and then have Micah 1 of 5. You don't know when he's coming. You don't know when he's covering. I would rather do that. So if you want to say it that way, oh well. If you escapes to the left, Overshawn, you got him. He escaped to the right. Hey, Micah, you got him. So who cares? Good problem to have. Good problem to have. All right. So let me get to these picks, like I said. All right. So, damn, I logged out. Let me log back in this, yo. Bam. Damn, did they get my picks from earlier? Nope. I ain't saved them, yo. Let me see. Yeah, I ain't saved them, Jones, man. That be getting on my nerves. I did this 2 weeks in a row. Let me now do it now. All right. Obviously, I'm taking the Saints versus the Eagles because the Saints are -3. Not because I hate the Eagles. So let me put this up here so you can see it. But because I watched what the Saints were able to do. Let me share the screen. Let me share the screen. Present. Share screen. I watched what the Saints were able to do against us and against Carolina. And when I look at those games, the reason that I picked them versus the Eagles -3 is when you watch the Eagles run defense, when you watch the defense in general, it's really not good. They are really missing Hassan Reddick when it comes to their pass rush. And then for all of the talk, like let's just this is something a little different. Let me do this since we're talking about it because I know I'm just saying this bet and what I'm saying, right? And I'm talking about this bet. But let me show you guys something. Let me stop sharing this real quick. And we're gonna go and take this the fuck out of here. Hold on. Every time. All right, so let me get this out of here. Let me get the Eagles footage up here. Because when you watch the Eagles run defense, man, it's left wanting. So for all the talk that we talk about, Jordan Phillips getting moved, and he's old. Linval Joseph getting moved. He old. You know what I mean? These dudes is old. But the young bucks, who the young bucks? This is week 1. Let me go to week 2. I ain't even go week 1. I'm gonna go week 2. The young bucks in Jordan Davis and Carter, they getting moved. Everybody on that team, on that defensive line is getting moved. It's like they kind of quiet. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that we can't have that type of performance again, but I'm just saying we're not the only ones having it right now. Where is the Eagles footage? I don't have it. Where the fuck is it? Maybe I don't have that game. Was that the Brazil game? No. The Eagles footage. Where the hell is it? I don't have the Eagles game for some reason. That's wild, son. And I was about to talk shit. Can't talk shit because I can't find any footage. Well, it wasn't shared with me. But I can go to week one. Mm-hmm. Escape. Pull it up. Boom. All right, let me share that with y'all. All right, so for the Eagles game, let me show you why I picked it. Because this the way the Saints ball. They play the same kind of game. To be honest with you, the Eagles need to be playing with a lead, and so do the Saints. Because they both want us. They want to get the air, take the air out of the ball, and kind of like pound the rock at you, right? So it's going to come down to who executes early, who scores early. Because if the Saints are able to come out and run the ball consistently, because they're not down in the game, they're going to have a good game. Because you see the Eagles early in the game. All right, here they go. Yeah, they look good right there, man, don't they? As this game went on, I started seeing guys just, and it was a sloppy game, even the Brazil game. But for the last 2 weeks, when I'm watching the Eagles games, the way they look on the ground and the way they're not holding up against blocks is a little concerning. And it's not because I'm a Cowboy fan. It's like it's just true. Like they don't look good up front consistently. After the first quarter, they don't look good up front. So I don't think that they're in position to stop what the Saints are bringing to the table. And if they do, I'll be hella surprised. I'll be hella surprised. But I think the Saints are going to win this game by 7 points or better. So I picked the Saints in this game. I picked the Saints in this game. But nobody talks about the things that they talk about when you watch it because the Cowboys fan base, due to people like myself, Law, Rome, you know what I mean, Vach, Scott, all those guys, everybody I didn't name, we're educated fan base. Even if you don't think we know what the hell we're talking about, because we watch so much film, we analyze our own team more than any other fan base does. Other fan bases watch the team, but they're not watching all 22, watching exactly what you're doing, why you went wrong. Most of their fans aren't doing that. So they don't even know that, hey, yeah, your guy got 2 sacks in that game, but they don't watch, hey, he got pancake 5 times straight before that. You know what I mean? We do. We watch that. So when we watch Jordan Phillips get pushed all the way in the end zone, we don't say, hey, Jordan Davis is a younger guy. That same shit happening to him. We talk about Mazi, but we don't talk about, hey, Jalen Carter is getting smashed out there and put on his ass over and over again and keep looking at the ground. You know what I mean? That's what I've seen on film. So when I talk about it, it sounds like hate because I do it with everybody's team, not just mine. I'm just not gonna say Cowboys ain't shit. But when I look at other teams and how they line up to play ball, I don't, especially Eagles. I don't see a defense that can stop the Saints' ground game. I just don't, because they've been close in games. They had 2 close games due to the fact that their offense is kind of keeping them in there when it can, because he'll run the ball and extend plays and so on. I think Dak needs to probably get that together too and run a little bit more, because Dak can extend some drives too. But outside of that, outside of those broken gadget plays that you see these running quarterbacks create, that kind of stretches and spreads the uh the uh the offense out a little bit more and makes it so that they can extend the clock or extend those drives. Outside of that, I don't see them just being able to line up and just say, "Hey, we can stop what's coming at us." The Eagles' offense is what's going to help in this Saints game. If the Eagles come out and score early, and they're able to get up to 14 nothing, something like that, and force Derek Carr to have to throw the ball, well, that don't really help much either, because they don't have a secondary. The Eagles don't, as you can see there. But if they can force Carr to have to throw the ball more, they have a game at least, because you got some opportunities to maybe pass rush or some opportunities to maybe sack him or change the tide of the game. But if they keep this game close, the Eagles are going to get killed on the ground just like everybody else, son. So I picked the Saints in that game for that reason. All right. Let me give you a little bit of footage later in the game so you know what I mean when I said the ground game. Let's watch them on the ground real quick. And I just pick a random place. Oh, they stopped something. There you go. They swarmed to the ball. Let me see. That was a random play. Let me see another random play. They probably throw the ball this time just because I'm talking shit. Yep, they the ball. Carter just fucking flipped somebody right there. I'm gonna give you credit on that one. This was a good pass rush, but you got to be in situations where he's able to come forward and pass rush like that. That was a good pass rush by Jalen Carter right there. You seen that? Boom. Let's see it again. Watch what he does. Watch Jalen Carter right here in the middle of the screen. I think it's 77. That's trying to block him. Let's see what he does. No, that's 60. He just fucking forks lifting. That was nice. I'm gonna give him his credit. In disguise. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, there you go. There's a random play for you. All right, so let's watch them up front. This isn't Jalen Carter's not in, but Jordan Davis is in, and the movement up front is more of the same. You know what I'm saying? But we just don't hear about it. You don't hear about you. We're not talking about Jordan Davis. We're talking about Jordan Phillips, and we're talking about Linval Joseph, and those guys get moved off the ball. We don't talk about half this stuff because it happens. And I mean, it happened in the Carolina game, like I said, against the Saints. It happened in both games with the Eagles. That's that's to be expected in my opinion. But let me get to the next game because I ain't got time. Uh, I got a couple things to do. So let me make sure I'm getting to your questions real quick. But let me see. Hold on. This is not rookie year Micah. He got wear and tear on his body. I don't know how y'all don't see he's not as fast anymore. Oh, okay. People be saying some crazy shit, man. I don't know, man. They try to make it real too. You better watch how people talk about you, man. Because people will tell you some shit about you, like and you'll be believing it. Cause like you don't if you don't know yourself, you'll be like, damn, that gotta be true. They be like, yo, AKOYE do such and such. I'm like, damn, I'll be believing it. I'm like, damn, and I know me. Yeah, and this should be sounding true as a motherfucker. He said Mike was not running full speed on that Deshaun play. He was trying to make sure he didn't cut back. Overshawn was going full speed. Yes, he was. That's very clear. I don't know why people even make that distinction. Do you think Overshawn is that much faster than Micah Parsons? Are you crazy? Saints, minus 2.5%, 64% spread, win probability against the spread. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. And you already know there's a system that both me and Maine came up with years ago, and you have to have a reliable site like Cappers Access, Bet US Sportsbooks one too. But when you can see what the nation has bet, just know that Vegas ain't gonna keep losing. You get what I'm saying? So when the nation is 65% or better on a team, meaning if they if 65% of the nation were picking the Eagles, I'm picking the opposite every time. You know what I mean? If it's 75, 80% of the team say that this team will cover the spread, I'm picking the opposite almost every time. Because when we were doing that, we would but the difference is we had to bet. You remember that, man? We had to bet every game. So we bet every game on the card, right? Every last game. And only the games that were 65% or better. So if it was 65% this way, we bet the 35%. We just bet the bet with the house the entire game for the entire bet, right? And you're gonna, obviously cancel out. Some of them are gonna cancel each other out. But when you get down to the end, you'll wind up clearing like 4 or 5 games. You'll have like a 4 or 5 game stretch, maybe 6 game stretch where you win those games. And we were just like it was like that was like a second job for a minute until I'll let you tell that. Well, until done. Like at the end of every good run, there's some bullshit. We did it with blackjack. We did it with roulette. We did it with football. And then you come in some bullshit where it's like there's always like I don't know, man. Like the Grim Reaper of betting it will find your ass, and you're just going to stretch where you never want to bet again. You be winning forever, then like I ain't betting again. Then it take like 2 years for me to get up here and start doing that shit again, man. But yeah, I remember that. I remember. That's how far me and Maine go back, man. That's my brother for real, man. He said that percentages on expert picks Not nation, just a heads up. Yeah. You gotta go for it, man. I remember you came back. The mob was after his ass. He came back to the car. The tires was flat. I said, "Oh, it's over. Oh, we about to die. We about to die." He said, "How do you do it with roulette?" Okay. Now listen. Let me say this prior to. If you have a gambling addiction, please call the gambling hotline. You know what I mean? You got to say that because motherfuckers will listen to what we say. And also, I am not an expert. I just do what I do. You take this advice under your own volition, and it's on you, buddy. But it will work though. If they're not on some bullshit, or if you're not at a casino that's cheating you. Yeah, South Philly was on that ass, man. He had Joey Morlito. They was on that ass, man. The bookie, he's like, oh, the bookie is. I think the bookie found me. I think he found me. Oh man. Listen, how you do it with roulette is like this. If you go to a roulette table and you see it's been just the odds of it. If it's been black for 6 straight spins, red is coming. Red has got to be coming. You know what I'm saying? So what we do is called a progressive betting system, where you got to go with some money though. You can't go, if you go with nothing and you win, great, you were lucky for real. But we don't rely on luck. It's like, okay, if the table, we go 2,500 at the table, and we do a progressive betting system where we'll bet the minimum on red. If that loses and it's black again 7 times straight, now I'm doubling that on red. It's 8 times straight black, cool. Now I'm tripling that on red. 9 times straight black, even better. I'm quadrupling that on red. And I just keep doubling until red comes. Because it's no way that I've seen it happen, though. Yo. That's how you know they control this shit. Because I've seen it happen where we were like, yo, ain't no way you could go black or red, either whatever way I'm doing it that day, 10 times straight. There's a way. I've seen it happen. And that is fucking crazy. Whereas, like, it's no way you can break me. I got 2,500 in my pocket, and I'm a double from the table minimum all the way up to I ain't got no more money. And when I only got to win one time. Because once I win, I make all that I've been doubling back plus the profit. So keep coming. I'm like, keep coming. Keep coming. It's like the ultimate counterpunch. It's like once they catch on to that, they on your ass, man. They on your ass. Like we lost doing that before, and we did the same thing with blackjack. Same thing. You know what I mean? Counting cards. We know all that. We did all that before, man. But yeah, it's nothing funny than football, though. Nothing funny than football. Because football, I actually could sit and watch the film and I could predict what's gonna happen. But that was some classic shit, man. And we got some stories. You got to get off the road. See, my brother, he a truck driver, so he ain't never around no more. But if he was sitting here, the level of conversations we would have, man, when it comes to the bet game, we got some stories, and they funny for real. Like they funny for real. Like I'm not just talking. Yeah, I mean, Okoye, we always had problems with Shanahan offense, West Coast offense. Yeah, that's a fact. Everybody is. Not we. Everybody. That's why do you think they so sought after? Why do you think everybody wants a coach from the Shanahan tree? Why do you think Mike, whatever his name is, down in Miami is down in Miami? Why do you think the dude who just whooped our ass from the Saints, whooped our ass? Why do you think he on the Saints? You know, why do you think Shanahan's even the head coach of 49ers? Their dads, the Kubiaks and the Shanahans and the Shotties and those that football lineage, bringing old school football back to this age of football. People don't know how devastating it is. Why do you think a quarterback sneak has gotten everybody? Y'all young guys are so impressed by the tush push. It's a QB sneak with Randall Cunningham. It's nothing at all. They don't even do half the shit they used to do back in the day. Like they need to bring jumping over the pile like Emmett used to back. You can't stop that shit either. Remember that? You get close to the line of scrimmage, Emmett's jumping, and you ain't gonna do shit about it because they about to chop your legs down and Eminem's jumping over the pile, bro. Get what I'm saying? That's old school football. And when you bring it to new age football, where we're not as physical, it has a different impact because they're basic as they come with their route combinations and their scheme. It's basic. It's play action, smash mouth football, stretch play action football. But when you get beat up on the ground and you have these young guys who can't tackle or ain't as tough, it's tough to stop that shit, man. But it's basic. The QB sneak, they be like, yeah, you got it. can't stop the tush push. Guess how? Get the percentage of success rate historically speaking in the 80s, 70s, no matter what area you're talking about, for the quarterback sneak is 89% successful. That means 9 times out of 10 the bitch is working from 2 yards or 2 yard from 1 to 2 yards. Guess what the tush push is? 93%. So they've improved the quarterback sneak by 3%, and everybody acting like it's a new play that they never seen before. That's amazing. That's amazing. Because now we got cute ball. So when you got a bunch of Kellen Moores in the league who think air it out, the air raid, running gun, all that shit, right? And then you take it to old school, it's just like fashion. When you wear some shit that's 30, 40 years old, you know what I mean? You throw a fur coat on or something like that, it turn heads because everybody ain't doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? This is some new shit. So it seems new because they brought back the old, and it's hard to deal with because of that. That's why their scheme is so hard to deal with. I know I got crazy analogies, but that's how I look at it, man. That's how I look at it. All right. All right, let's get to the next pick. I'm so glad I'm not into playing the tables then. Playing them tables where you used to go to the casino. I'll play the pennies, buckets, and dime slots. 5 nickels get you 250 jackpot. Once you get that, get your butt up and leave. No, see, I want to go to the casino and have to go one time every 45 days. One time every 60 days. 250 ain't gonna get me there, mamas. I got to I got to make 10,000, something like that, and then I can go sit down for like a month or two. I'm like, all right, that with my other income, I can go invest this 10K, go do something real quick. And it was a happy trip. That's the way I think. So I don't know. It's like go hard or go home. That's it. Ain't no in between. Ain't no in between. Go hard, go home. Let me see. All right, got everybody. Oh no, it's another one. Jay Recruiter, he says, all the scheme stuff is bullshit. Cowboys stood toe to toe against the Niners in both playoff games. They lost because the Niners had more talent. Um, I would say we lost schematically, bro. And I would say it's not because of the 49ers scheme. It's because of the Cowboys scheme offensively. When you watch the games that we lost to the 49ers in the playoffs, especially the last one, Zeke's last game before he left, when we were playing from under center, they couldn't stop shit. We had one drive where we went under center and we went right up the field. And then after that, they started going shotgun again. I'm like, well, why would you abandon the thing that you see is working? Only a fool does that. And that's Kellen Moore. So that's scheme. Because scheme can beat talent if you're doing it right. If you're doing it right. I think we were even talent wise. I think schematically we lost out because of what Kellen Moore was doing offensively. That's true. We didn't try to smash the rock or pound the rock at all. TP got hurt. Didn't try to pound the rock at all. You know what I'm saying? Like both those games, that first year, I don't remember the game fully. I gotta like go watch it again. But both years though, we lost due to the fact that we didn't have a real answer our identity offensively. So it still came down to scheme, bro. But I appreciate what you said. He said Brady had a pretty good QB sneak. They would snap at the first sound instead of letting you get set. Yeah, I like that. He said I actually hate casinos, but I have to go because I play tournament poker. Oh, you a beast with the poker. I like poker the most because my poker face is crazy. I'll make you think I got a losing hand and I got a winning hand. I can bluff the shit out you. I can make you think I got a winning hand and I ain't got shit, but you scared of the motherfucker because I understand patterns. So I'll give you a pattern on purpose just to disrupt the pattern later. I want you to think I got a tell. So I'll give you a tell that's not a tell just so that you get comfortable thinking that's a tell. My homie taught me that with a pool, man. My man Ryan. Ron Samuels. Remember Ron Samuels, man? Ron Samuels. You know what I'm saying? He like Ron Burgundy for real, like the black version. You know what I mean? But he's a funny motherfucker. But his pool game is crazy like that. And he'll shark you like that. He'll let you beat him 4 or 5 games or get close 4 or 5 games. He'll scratch the 8 ball. You're like, oh, he's a rookie or he's a dumbass until the money comes out. Then he whoop your ass. It looked like You'll never get a turn. He on your ass. So I like that. I like that. I'm like that when I fight. Like I like you thinking I can't fight. I'll be like, I'm super passive. I don't want no trouble. Because I'm like, if you still will bother me when I'm saying I don't want no trouble, if I'm saying I don't want no smoke, man, it's good. Oh, youngster, I'm hitting you with the Melvin. Oh, youngster. If I'm doing that and you still going ham on me, that mean you're a bully. And I don't like bullies. So that means when it's time to go, I'm gonna go all the way in on you. Cause I gave you the out. I even let you look like the man. I let you save face and all that. Like you got it, bro. I don't want no trouble. I just want to go home tonight. That's it. And after that, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Poker is more skill than chance, and if you got a good poker face, you can win big. Yeah, I like poker. I like poker. Ah, you said Kellen with the reverse. Yeah, I see it. Kellen will be in the red zone. You right. Kellen will be in the red zone to be second and 2. He'll throw the ball 3 straight times. Like, bro, all you had to do is run one time and then run again. And you got an easy, simple touchdown. This new age of coordinators, they do too much. You should see no reverses. You should see no cute shit in the red zone. Just put your head down and smack some people when you get in the red zone. Become a bullet. But we care too much about who scores and how they score. We want to get this quarterback a touchdown because dudes will have passing touchdowns and they'd be like 1 yard passes and shit like that. Like it'll be a game like Carr just had against us. He was 11 for 16 for 300 yards, right? It'll look like that. The quarterback looked good, but we know goddamn well it was not the air game that beat us at all. It was the fucking ground game. But he looked good. He looked perfect. But he had a perfect rating. The ground game gave him that. You know what I'm saying? So you get it. But sorry about that. You guys are gonna have to watch this like something crazy to get to these bet segments because they like, damn, this motherfucker waited an hour to get through one bet. Let me get through another one real quick. My bad, folks. You know I'm long-winded. I gotta get better at that. They're like, what's going on? All right. So like I said, I picked the Saints. Picked the Saints -3. Other game that I liked was what other games did I pick? I don't remember. I told you guys I picked Dallas. Did I time out? I think I timed out. No, I did. Yes, I did. Boom. Let me get back in there. Boom. Right, do it again. Pick the Saints. What is wrong with my app? All right. Pick the Saints. Pick the Cowboys. +1. I think the Cowboys are winning this game. It's going to be a tough game, but I think they win it. I like Kansas City versus Atlanta. And I'll tell you why. And who else did I pick? It was another game. I don't remember. Oh, in Detroit. Pick Detroit versus Arizona. Those are my 4 games that I'm watching. Those are 4 games that I think we have. I have the greatest shot of winning. Well, you guys with parlays, I don't do the parlays or the teasers like that. But if you're going to parlay or you're going to tease it where you can play with the points, these would be the games that I pick. If you could play with the points, I would make Detroit a plus. Depending on how many points they give, some only give 6. So make them +3 to +6. That's an easy money. Try to, if you can tease the Cowboy game and make them, +7. Because even if they lose, I think it's a close game. It's a push game. So if you make them +7, the Cowboys is an easy game, in my opinion. If you get 9 points, you make them +10. Cowboys is an easy game, depending on your bookie, right? Same thing with Kansas City. Not that Atlanta can't edge out a close game. I think they can. Kirk Cousins is a nasty beast, right? But I would make KC again +3 in a parlay or a teaser. I would make him +3 or +6. If it's that, I think if KC does lose, they lose a very closely contested game. I'm talking about 3 points or less. But I think they win the game. So I like to make favorites. I might like to make them underdogs in these in the teasers or parlays because you get a better outcome when you do that. So those are the 4 games that I'm picking, and that's the reason why. When you look at the film, though, even if I were just paying attention to the way these teams play, I think Kyler Murray in Arizona, they still don't have an identity, not fully, and he likes to play sandlot football still. I think disciplined football beats that any day of the week, and I think this week will be no different. I like what the Lions are as far as identity-wise. They know what they want to do, even if they're not full steam ahead and warmed up yet. They know what they want to be. They know what they want to do, and I think the Lions go in there and if they turn it into a long game, meaning smash mouth on the ground, I think they handle Arizona handedly. I think same thing happens with New Orleans and Philadelphia, and then KC. Again, you don't know what Mahomes is going to show up because they haven't really fully warmed up their offense yet either. But if he struggles, even if he struggles, I think KC's defense versus Atlanta, I think KC can slow Atlanta down enough to keep them in the game long enough for Mahomes to figure out how to beat you like he did in the Super Bowl. So KC is so formidable because even when Mahomes is not firing off on all cylinders, his defense will keep him in the game, and his defense is good. So shout out to Spags and what they're doing over there. But those are my picks, and that's why. So it took me an hour to get to the picks. Sorry for everybody who jumped on just for the picks, but now you got them. AKOYE knows something. Always feign submission. Then when they think they are on something, you blindside them. That's a fact. Yeah, I always act like, hey, you got it until I bust you upside the head. But that's it, man. I got a long day ahead of me. I appreciate y'all jumping on early for me because I was supposed to be on now till 1. So those who are late, sorry for that. Those who were early and on time, appreciate y'all. And I thank you for jumping on ad hoc with me. But those are my picks for the week, and I will have fun watching this game. Shout out to Law, shout out to Rome, shout out to y'all for jumping on. Appreciate that. Young man, happy birthday. We will be getting drunk today, brother. I ain't been drunk in months, but I'm drinking. So see you later, man. See you later. I'm drinking tonight. We will record it. Talk to y'all.